Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what if the only thing standing between me and everything I want is the way I think? Let that question sink in, because it's not just a thought, it's a warning and a promise. Most people never realize it, but their thoughts are either building their future or silently destroying it. And here's the truth. Before you ever become rich, powerful, or successful, you must first think like someone who is. This is not a cliche. This is not a quote to look good on your Instagram bio. This is the foundation of every great achievement in human history. Look around you. Every invention, every company, every breakthrough, all of it was once just a thought, something invisible, floating in the mind of someone who believed it could be real. If you want to unlock the billionaire mindset, you must understand the true power of thought. Not just how to think, but how to think like it matters. Because it does. Your thoughts are not random, they are commands. And every command repeated in your mind becomes your future reality. You see, human psychology has one undeniable rule. Your brain becomes what you feed it. Think weak, feel weak. Think broke, stay broke. Think fear, live small. But think abundance, think power, think growth. Your life begins to shift, subtly at first, then all at once. Here's where most people fail. They think about what they don't want more than what they do want. They wake up saying, I hope I don't fail today. I hope I don't mess up the interview. I hope I don't stay stuck forever. But the subconscious doesn't understand don't. It only understands focus. So what happens? They get exactly what they were trying to avoid. Why? Because whatever dominates your thinking directs your future. This is not just philosophy, it's science. The reticular activating system races in your brain filters the world based on what you focus on. If you constantly think you're not good enough, guess what? Your brain will only highlight the things that confirm that. But if you start thinking with power, I'm getting better every day, I am built for something bigger, my time is coming, then your mind starts to scan the world for proof. And you begin to see new paths. You begin to feel new energy. You begin to move differently. That's how billionaires think. Not just with strategy, but with belief. Do you know what separates a millionaire from a billionaire? It's not just money. It's not just opportunity. It's this. A billionaire doesn't think in limits. A billionaire thinks in scale. Their thoughts are expansive, fearless, and impossible to cage. They don't say, can I do this? They say, how big can I make this? And here's the good news. You don't need $1 billion to start thinking like that. You just need $1 billion mindset. And that starts today. It starts with replacing small thoughts with bold ones, replacing doubt with determination, replacing fear with faith. When you say things like, I can learn anything, I'm not stuck, I'm being shaped, I will rise no matter how long it takes, you're not just inspiring yourself, you're building a mental foundation that no failure can destroy. Because remember this, you are not your past, you are your potential. And your potential is activated the moment you take full control of what you think. Now here's the deal. Most people will hear this, nod their heads, and then go back to their old way of thinking. Don't be one of them. You've been living under the weight of your own thoughts for too long. It's time to rise above them. It's time to command your mind instead of letting it control you. If you do that, if you really absorb this and shift your mindset, you won't just change your thinking. You'll change your entire identity.
That's where transformation begins.
And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to reshape not only your mind, but your communication, your habits, your circle, and your results. So don't go anywhere, because what's coming next could be the key you've been waiting for. There's a difference between wanting something and desiring it with every fiber of your being. Desire is not a wish. It's not a hope. Desire is fire. It's the hunger that keeps burning even when the world tells you to stop. Every powerful life begins with a burning desire, not casual interest, not polite ambition, but a deep emotional need to become something more. Most people say they want success, but they don't truly crave it. They want comfort more than greatness. They want acceptance more than growth. They want easy more than extraordinary. But those who rise, they want it so badly they can't sleep without thinking about it. They carry their vision in silence. They feel the pull of purpose every single day, even when no one claps for them. Desire has one rule: if it's not burning, it's not real. And if it's not real, you'll give up the moment things get hard. This is why so many people quit. They never wanted it deeply enough to fight for it. But when you desire something with clarity, intensity, and emotion, your mind starts working in your favor. Your actions gain focus. Your fears lose power. Your life begins to move in the direction of your dominant dream. There's nothing more powerful than a human being with a purpose burning inside. So ask yourself, what do you want so badly it hurts? What goal would you bleed for? What vision makes you emotional just thinking about it? Don't just chase goals. Chase the ones that light your soul on fire. Because once desire takes root in your heart, failure is no longer an option. It becomes a stepping stone. That's how empires are built. That's how legends are made. And that's how you unlock your next level. You can have the biggest dreams in the world, but if you don't believe in them, they die before they begin. Faith is not some abstract hope. It's the fuel that turns invisible thoughts into visible results. Every powerful achievement started with someone believing it was possible when no one else did. Faith is quiet. Faith is stubborn. Faith holds the line when fear tries to take over. Most people live with a backup plan for their backup plan. Or they tiptoe around their own potential. They say things like, I'll try, or maybe one day, or if it's meant to be. But true faith doesn't speak in hesitation. It speaks in certainty. It says, this will happen. I don't know how yet, but I know I won't stop until it does. That kind of belief shifts everything. It changes how you walk, how you talk, how you make decisions. You stop playing small. You stop waiting for permission. You act like the future is already yours, and your mind begins to catch up. Faith doesn't eliminate doubt completely. It just speaks louder than doubt. You will still feel fear. You will still face obstacles. But faith gives you the courage to walk through fire with your eyes open. It builds a kind of confidence that can't be shaken by rejection, failure, or time. Because deep down, you already know this is who I am, and I'm becoming who I was meant to be. If desire is the fire, faith is the foundation. It's the part of you that refuses to give up because you've already seen the vision in your mind, and now you're just making it real. And once you believe at that level, everything around you starts to change. Your mind believes what you tell it the most, not sometimes, not occasionally, always. Autosuggestion is the silent force shaping your destiny. It's the practice of speaking to yourself again and again until your subconscious accepts a new reality. You may not realize it, but you've already been using autosuggestion your whole life. Every time you said, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I always mess things up, you were programming your future. Your words became beliefs. Your beliefs became behavior, and your behavior shaped your results. But here's the good news. You can flip the script. You can take back control. Start feeding your mind with words that build you, not break you. Tell yourself, I am capable, I'm focused, I'm built for more. Say it when you're tired, say it when you don't believe it yet. Say it until your mind has no choice but to follow your command. Because your subconscious doesn't argue, it accepts repetition. It listens to what you say most, especially with emotion. That's why successful people talk to themselves with power, not to feel good, but to rewire their internal code. They don't let their mind wander in weakness. They steer it with intention every single day. This isn't hype, it's science. Thoughts repeated with emotion plant new beliefs, and beliefs repeated with conviction become identity. If you want to think like a billionaire, you have to speak like one long before you ever become one. So every morning and every night, declare who you are becoming. Use your voice to carve a new path in your brain. And soon, your reality will match the words you've spoken into it. The world doesn't reward people for knowing everything. It rewards those who know exactly what matters. General knowledge fills your mind, but specialized knowledge builds your future. Most people collect random facts and call it intelligence. They read a little of this, study a little of that, hoping it will somehow turn into success. But it doesn't, because success doesn't come from being a know-it-all. It comes from being a solve-it-all, and that means learning with purpose. The most successful people don't know everything, but they go deep in one area. They master a skill, understand a system, or solve a real problem, and the world pays them for it. That's how value is created. That's how wealth is built. In a noisy world, clarity wins. When you focus your learning, your confidence grows. When you understand your lane, your moves become powerful. Think like this: what do I need to learn right now to take my next step? What skill will bring me closer to freedom? And then dive deep. Not surface level, or not once a week. Immerse yourself, study it, practice it, become the one who knows. Because when you gain specialized knowledge, you separate yourself from the average. You don't just work harder, you work smarter. You stop chasing opportunities and start attracting them. This kind of focus sends a signal to your mind: this is what we're about now. And the brain begins to sharpen. You think clearer, you move faster, you feel stronger. So stop trying to impress people with how much you know. Start mastering the few things that will change your life. Because in the billionaire mindset, depth always beats width. And once you specialize in the right thing, everything else becomes easier. Every great success begins as a picture in the mind. Before it was real, it was imagined. Imagination is the workshop of the soul. It's where ideas are born, where futures are shaped, where wealth begins to take form. The average person uses imagination to escape. The extraordinary person uses imagination to create. If you can't see it in your mind, you'll never hold it in your hands. That's not fantasy. That's psychology. Your mind must travel there first, long before your feet do. This is the secret behind every self-made billionaire. They imagined something that didn't exist yet, then believed in it so deeply the world had no choice but to catch up. They didn't wait for proof. They became the proof. And the same principle applies to you. If you want to build something great, if you want to rise above where you are now, you must become a master of mental vision. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what does my next level look like? What does my dream life feel like? Who am I when I stop holding back? The more clearly you see it, the faster your life moves toward it. Because the subconscious mind is influenced by images, emotionally charged, repeatedly imagined visions. This isn't about daydreaming. It's about engineering your future. Use your imagination with intention. Picture the house, the business, the mission, the freedom. Feel it, believe it, walk like it's already yours. When you do that, you're not pretending, you're programming. You're sending instructions to your brain, and your behavior starts to match. Wealth is not just about money, it's a mindset. Imagination is the blueprint. Think like a creator. See beyond your surroundings, and you'll begin to build a life others can't even comprehend. Nothing changes until you decide. Not hope, not potential, not talent. Decision is the doorway to power. Successful people decide quickly and change slowly. Unsuccessful people hesitate endlessly and never commit. They wait for the perfect moment, the right time, the ideal conditions. But that moment never comes, because here's the truth. Clarity doesn't come before decision. It comes after. You want to become wealthy? Decide. You want to change your life? Decide. You want to break free from average? Decide. And mean it. Burn the bridges behind you. Make the kind of decision that leaves no way back. Most people are exhausted not because of hard work, but because of indecision. Their mind is scattered. Their soul is restless. They say yes and no at the same time, and it drains them. But when you decide, you get energy, you stop leaking power. You feel focused, sharp, and dangerous. That's why decision is more than a choice. It's a commitment to become someone new. Ask yourself, what have I been delaying? What choice have I been too scared to make? What would change if I just decided right now? Don't underestimate what one bold decision can unlock. It can open doors you thought were locked forever. It can shift the course of your entire future. No more waiting, no more maybe one day. No more sitting on the fence. Decide who you are. Decide what you want. Decide that it's time. And once that decision is made, don't look back. Move with the force of someone who knows their moment has come. That's when life starts responding to you. The world doesn't give you what you ask for. It gives you what you refuse to give up on. Persistence is the silent force that separates dreamers from doers. Everyone feels motivated in the beginning. But when the path gets hard, when the applause fades, when the results don't come right away, most people quit. That's why success isn't owned by the most talented. It's owned by the most relentless. Persistence means showing up when it's not easy. It means continuing when you have every reason to stop. It's discipline over mood. It's action over excuse. You will fail. You will face resistance. You will be tested. But that's not the end. It's part of the process. Because each time you push forward through discomfort, you teach your mind a lesson. I don't break. I adapt. I grow. And the more you persist, the stronger your belief becomes. Persistence doesn't just help you reach the goal. It builds you into the kind of person who can handle the goal. Most people stop because they judge the outcome too soon. They plant the seed, then dig it up every day wondering why it hasn't grown. But success takes time. It rewards those who are patient in effort but urgent in purpose. So if you feel stuck, if progress feels slow, good. That means you're in the right place. That means you're being shaped for something bigger. Keep going, or keep showing up, keep hitting the wall until it breaks. Because one more attempt could be the one that changes everything. You become who you surround yourself with. Your environment either fuels your rise or feeds your excuses. That's why the mastermind principle is so powerful. It's not just about having people around you, it's about having the right people around you. When two or more minds align with a definite purpose, a new power is created, one that's greater than each person alone. Call it synergy, call it energy. But it's real, and it multiplies results. If you're surrounded by people who doubt you, distract you, drain you, you'll shrink to their level. But if you place yourself among the driven, the focused, the committed, you rise. Because mindset is contagious. Confidence is contagious. Belief is contagious. You need people who challenge your limits, not protect your comfort. People who speak life into your vision, not fear. People who push you to grow, not pull you back to average. Ask yourself this. Who are the 5 people I listen to the most? Are they building my future or burying it? The mastermind doesn't have to be big. Even one focused, ambitious person in your circle can change your whole trajectory. That one connection can open a new door. That one conversation can spark the idea. That one voice can remind you, don't stop now. This is how champions rise. They form alliances that strengthen belief. They build a circle that mirrors their goals. And they never settle for being the smartest one in the room. If you want to move fast, go alone. If you want to move far, build your mastermind. There's a hidden force shaping your every action, even when you don't realize it. It's not luck, it's not talent. It's your subconscious mind. Your subconscious runs your habits, your patterns, your beliefs. Not just the ones you chose, but the ones you've absorbed since childhood. It listens to every word you say, records every emotion you feel, and builds your life around that data. This is why people repeat the same failures. Not because they want to, but because their subconscious expects it. Here's the truth. You can't rise to the next level with the same programming. You must recondition your mind to expect more, believe more, receive more. You do this through repetition, through emotion, through vision. Every time you visualize your goal, every time you speak words of faith, every time you act with confidence, you are planting seeds in the soil of your subconscious. Over time, your mind begins to believe, this is who I am now. And that's when things shift. You stop sabotaging your success. You stop doubting your worth. You start walking into rooms like you belong. You don't have to fight for confidence. It becomes your default. You don't have to chase discipline. It becomes who you are. Your job isn't to force your way to the top. It's to become the kind of person who naturally rises. And that begins inside. So protect your mind like a vault. Feed it daily, rewire it constantly, because once your subconscious believes it, your reality will match. Your emotions aren't just feelings, they're fuel. Emotion is energy in motion, and when directed with purpose, it becomes unstoppable. Most people try to numb their emotions. They hide their pain, ignore their frustration, suppress their hunger. But those very emotions are signals that you're meant for more. The truth is, strong emotions create strong action. Think about it. The moments you moved the fastest, changed the quickest, fought the hardest, they were emotional moments. Use that. Don't waste your pain. Don't drown your anger. Don't silence your hunger. Channel it. Turn pain into purpose. Turn anger into discipline. Turn frustration into laser focus. You're not meant to be emotionally flat. You're meant to feel deeply and move powerfully. Emotion is what brings your goals to life. It's what gives words power. It's what makes vision stick. Without emotion, your mind doesn't engage. Your subconscious doesn't listen. Your habits don't shift. But when you combine emotion with intention, you create lasting change. That's why you must speak your goals with emotion. Visualize with emotion. Work with emotion, not with fear, but with fire. People who achieve greatness don't just think it, they feel it in their bones. Their mission runs through their veins. They don't need a reason to keep going. Their emotions are the reason. You want to move mountains? Then stir your soul. Feel the urgency. Feel the weight. Feel the hunger to break every chain and rewrite your future. Because when you connect emotion to your purpose, nothing can stop you. There's a quiet voice inside you, not loud, not logical, but it knows. It's your intuition, your sixth sense, and if you learn to trust it, it will lead you through storms. It will guide you to ideas others can't see. It will whisper, this is your moment, before the world believes it. The problem? Most people ignore it. They overthink, overanalyze, second guess. They let fear drown out their instinct. But intuition isn't emotion. It's not panic. It's not wishful thinking. It's knowing without explanation. It's the mind's way of speaking truth, fast, quiet, and clear. And the most successful people in the world, they don't just trust their vision. They trust their gut. They sense timing. They sense opportunity. They walk away from deals that look good on paper because something inside says, not this one. And when the right moment shows up, they move. No hesitation. No outside validation, just action backed by inner certainty. You have that same power, but it grows only when you listen. Start small. Pay attention to the moments you knew something but didn't act. Then realize how often your intuition was right. With time, it sharpens. With trust, it gets louder. And eventually, it becomes your edge, because strategy alone won't get you there. Sometimes the shortcut to success is a voice inside saying, go left, not right. Trust it. Not because it always makes sense, but because it rarely leads you wrong. You were built with inner guidance. And when you combine that with vision, persistence, and purpose, you move through life like someone who can't be stopped. Fear doesn't mean stop. It means pay attention. Because fear isn't always danger. Most of the time, fear is direction. When you feel fear before a big move, before speaking up, before chasing the dream, that's not a sign to run. That's a sign you're about to grow. The truth is, fear guards the door to your next level. And the people who win in life, they walk through that door anyway. Fear says, what if I fail? But strength answers, what if I don't? Fear says, you're not ready. But growth says, ready or not, step forward. You don't need to kill fear, you just need to move with it. You don't wait for it to disappear. You train yourself to act in spite of it. That's how confidence is built. Not by feeling brave, but by showing up when your voice shakes, by making the call when your hands sweat, by trusting yourself while the fear screams, turn back. The people you admire, the risk takers, the leaders, the bold ones, they all feel fear. They've just learned to walk with it, not bow to it. So next time fear shows up, don't ask how to silence it. Ask what it's trying to protect, then thank it, and take the step anyway, because behind that fear is the version of you that's stronger, wiser, freer. You don't beat fear by thinking, you beat it by doing. So step forward, speak up, go after it. And when fear shows up again, smile, because it means you're still growing. Before anything changes around you, something must change within you. That change is belief. Faith is not a wish. It's not blind hope. It's the unshakable knowing, before the evidence appears, that you're meant for more. Every transformation begins with belief. Because until you believe it, you won't act like it. You won't speak like it. You won't fight for it. People fail not because they lack skill, but because they don't believe they're worthy of success. And here's what most don't realize. Life rises or falls to the level of your self-belief. The mind doesn't chase what it doubts. It chases what it expects. Faith doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. It means you choose to trust higher vision over present sight. You walk even when you can't see the whole path. You work even when no one claps yet. You stay faithful even when the results are still invisible. Because belief does something powerful. It magnetizes your actions. It sharpens your focus. It keeps you grounded when everything around you shakes. Look back at your life. Every breakthrough began when you believed just enough to try. And belief builds like a muscle. The more you act on it, the more it grows. So ask yourself today, what would your life look like if you believed, truly believed, that nothing was out of reach? What would you chase? What would you stop tolerating? It's not about arrogance. It's about alignment. Belief puts you in line with your mission. It reminds you you belong here. You were built for this. Feed your faith daily. Speak it, feel it, live it. Because the moment you start believing in what's possible, the impossible starts happening. You've been searching, looking for signs, waiting for the right strategy, the perfect moment, the secret code. But here's the truth. You already have the key. It's been inside you from the very beginning. The dream, yours. The hunger, yours. The vision, planted in you for a reason. You were never missing anything. You were only missing awareness of your own power. Every successful person you admire, they didn't start better than you. They just decided to unlock what was already within. They stopped waiting for permission. They stopped begging for validation. And they stepped into the mindset that says, I build my future. This is what separates the few from the many, not talent, not resources, but the ability to say, I am responsible, I am ready, I am enough. That moment changes everything, because when you realize the key is yours, you stop knocking on locked doors. You start building your own. You stop chasing motivation. You create discipline. You stop asking what if, and you start declaring what is. This is not about hype. This is about ownership. Your life is not random. Your story is not over. And your next chapter doesn't need to wait another year. You have the mindset. You have the desire. Now you have the truth. So what will you do with it? You can scroll to the next video and stay the same. Or you can get up right now and act like the key is in your hand. Because it is. Your future is watching. Your greatness is waiting. And the billionaire mindset? It doesn't start with money. It starts with belief, with persistence, with fire in your heart and a decision in your soul. Go unlock the door. It's time.